So when we were talking earlier, you mentioned something about Jake. You mentioned something about going against the grain. What did you mean by that? You know, in society, and you're like, we're going against the grain all the time.
So for me, that's growing up. You're always told, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna go to middle school, you're gonna go to high school. Then when you graduate, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna get a degree, you're gonna get your house with your white picket fence and stuff like that. And I love that. That's great. And there's a lot of people that want to pursue that, and that's their dream, and that's awesome. But as a musician, your whole ideology kind of goes against that.
Oh yeah.
As an artist in general.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a musician, just artist.
Yeah.
Whatever your medium may be.
Yeah, if it's art or dance or music or YouTube, it's something that you create yourself. You don't go to college to do it. You don't, listen to a boss to do it. You learn from teachers, of course, but you create this from yourself. And so for me, it's like creating music is my own way of like rebelling or going against the grain for like how society works, I guess, because I'm like a rebellious child.
I love it. What about for you?
Well, to start, I don't know, I just realized I left my teriyaki sticks in my car that I bought from work, and I'm really hungry, but yeah, same thing kind of with Jake. Like, you're always told, like, especially with me throughout high school, like the teachers tried to hammer it into our heads, like, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna get a degree in something, completely unprepared, and you're just gonna do it, with no really thought into it. And then the more I realized that I was attracted to music in the way that I am today, I'm like, well, that's bullshit. Right. I don't want to do that. I want to make a living with music and do what I legitimately love, because no job I've ever worked since I started like this band has just felt right, honestly.
Right.
Like, I'm never going to love where I work unless it involves music in some way.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I definitely agree in that, in the regards that college is so heavily forced on you.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's a conversation I've had on here all the time from business people, musicians. I have a musician that got his master's degree that came on here and is on his second studio album, which is pretty fire. But talking about that idea, is college worth it? Should you go? And I agree that it is so heavily just in your heads, like you need to go, blah, 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 blah. And although I love that I went to college to hone my craft, I went to college for the wrong reasons. I went to college because it was like, you need to go to college. Like, I didn't decide that. If I was back in the day and you're like, I want to go to college for dance because college will help me in XYZ. And this is why I want to go to college. And this is what I want to help. Yeah. But it was just like, you need to go to college to pick something. I'm like, I don't know, fuck dance. And kind of got stuck on the loop. So, I don't regret it because I think there's a lot of professional things. What I love about college, to me, the biggest difference is you're around people that are in it. Like, they are, like, I'm around filmmakers, I'm around people that they want to be something and they're paying for it.
Yeah.
Like they want to make something. So it's really cool to be in an environment where I'm around 8 other filmmakers and they're like have all this amazing portfolio. Not to say though, there's a lot of people that didn't go to college that do the same thing as well.
Yeah, like college isn't a bad thing by any means.
Like,
I'm not trying to discredit it.
That's not what I'm saying either.
Just for me personally, I don't think it's for me really.
Yeah.
Because like with music, of course there's music theory, but what fucking guitarist ever even looks at that? I'm kidding, of course, but
That's funny.
it's I teach myself what I want to know at this point, because I'm in a position where I can teach myself what I want to know.
Right. I like that.
And to go with that as well, it's just a lot of people kind of pressure me into it, and it's something that's on my radar. I want to go. There's definitely things that I would like to do with it, but for me right now, like, that's not where I'm at. That's not who I am. And it's a lot has to do with the societal pressure to do it.
Exactly.
I would much rather, like, I'm not ready. Mm-hmm.
If this band doesn't work out, I'm going to go back to college and be a lawyer. That's my backup plan.
And be a lawyer.
That's my backup plan.
Make tons of money.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I love. But yeah, it's just that conversation of, I think it really is just so heavily done. And you're right, like, so much of my family and friends at the same age have amazing jobs that dropped out of high school even. And then I have friends that probably should have went to college because now they're working at McDonald's. Like, you know, so
Yeah.
it's
Right.
Yeah.
it's totally. I just hate the idea. It's like you need to go to college, and it's like no, I don't. I need to analyze my things. And for me, it was like after thinking about it, I wish I did it before, but it was like, what would I be doing if I wasn't in college? Especially a couple years ago when I started
Yeah.
the filmmaking, and I was like, what would I be doing? You know, I'd be making films, but not enough. I have so much free time that I want to use up, so I'm like, I'm just going to continue to go to college. You know, now it's obviously picking up with the podcast and more work and stuff, but at the time, it's that. And the only reason I'm still going to college now is because I'm like, I might as well close out. Who quits a semester away,
Yeah.
you know, 2 semesters away?
Right.
But at this point, I do know that, like we said before, is 90% or more is learned from YouTube and the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for your filmmaking style and stuff. So it's really hard to.
Bless you.
You're good. You good?
Good.
But yeah, it's crazy how it could just be heavily pushed on people because there's
Yeah.
people that are in college that shouldn't. There's some people that should be in college. You know what I'm saying?